drop.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Back because baby, this rent has to be paid. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time joining us here, you're welcome. If you're seeing my video for the second time or you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate your time. And on today's video, I have a lovely guest.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah Haruna and I'm a beauty and lifestyle content creator based in Abuja.
Yeah, and Sarah is in Lagos, aka why this video is able to happen, alright? Yeah, and on today's video, we're talking about everything, the struggles and the opportunities that being content creators open us up to. Today's video, we shared our journey to get to where we are, the struggles that we have faced so far, the challenges that we have faced, and also the opportunities. You guys, content creation as a whole has opened us up to opportunities that we would only have dreamt of, and we shared all of that with you guys today. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching. Yeah, we went off camera to do my brows. Sarah did our brows, our eyeshadow, and her lashes.
Guys, talking on camera is exhausting. Like sometimes I just get distracted, right? I'm doing my makeup and I can't, give my points correctly. So I want to pay attention to this.
Okay, some give all you maximum attention. What would you say your best times or your best period being a creator is?
For me, I would say the first time that I got paid was very exciting for me because starting my content creation journey in quotes was just more of like a hobby. I didn't start it as content creation. I had no idea that people were making money off this thing. I was just a girl who genuinely loved to take pictures, do makeup, get dressed.
I honestly think that's how most of us started. How long have you been a content creator? Like how many years now?
Let's say 3.
Ooh, that's really wow. When was the first time you got paid?
1 year after. So 1 full year I was not getting paid for anything, and I really did not care because that was not why I started. I just started because I loved it.
So passion.
When did you start?
So that's the thing. I don't have a definite time as to when I started content creation. I used to be a makeup artist. Yeah. So and to be fair, makeup artists also create content, but not in the way that we do. So when I first started sharing, I used to share makeup process on how to get my clients ready. Yeah. And in between, maybe some days where I don't have clients or I don't have a model, I would share how I do my makeup to my makeup page. So I didn't really call myself a content creator at the time. I just thought I was a makeup artist that was making videos, the entire thing. But I'd always known I wanted to have a YouTube channel.
I always used to create like YouTube videos, but they never made it out of my phone, right? I'm the kind of girl that would sit down and say I'm dressing up. I would make. I think I.
I used to do that when I was in school. I had an iPad, and I would just sit down and say, "Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel." That's the most rewarding part for me about being a creator. I went full-time into content creation last year. May last year was when I would say I really know that I took content creation seriously. I've been getting paid before that, but May last year I changed my strategy, I changed my structure. I'm like, see, this is what I want to do for a living. And I told myself, I'm giving myself 3 months. If I can't make more than the income I was making in the corporate world, I was going to dust my certificate. And I'm going to go back because baby, this rent has to be paid. What I do in the corporate world is I'm a business strategist, so I help people restructure their business and how to make more profit or how to do business growth. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this same knowledge from what I do for other people's businesses, and I'm going to apply it to content creation. And I did that. Like I restructured my business. I said, see, I'm not just taking pictures or taking videos. I want to make a business, a brand out of this.
You want to be intentional about
and we're here now. Yeah. And what's the most challenging part about being a creator for you?
Sometimes I feel like I struggle with showing up, right? As a content creator, sometimes when you're not doing okay, when you're fine, you have to put out content, right? Because you have to be consistent. And that's exhausting. Like people just think you're just come to dance, do makeup online, and I'm like, you guys don't know that there's more to this thing than what you're seeing online.
Meets the eye,
So for me, I think that's one thing that I really struggled with. So I now have to like discipline myself. You're not okay. You would go to work if you actually had a 9 to 5.
This is actually what I tell people. I'm like, show up for yourself like you had a boss tell you what to do.
So that's what I started working on. Like when you're not okay, Sarah, get your ass
working for yourself is very sometimes good, but sometimes you can get carried away, or you can slack a bit because you are the entire team.
Yeah.
Like, so aside that, what else do you say you struggle with?
The Nigerian factor, guys. Like, I think that affected both of us.
Today.
Guys, just living in Nigeria alone is exhausting. As the country in Nigeria alone can really, like, slow you down. Sometimes if you're not someone who is like motivated or disciplined to say, okay, regardless of how I am feeling,
I can't even lie. That's one thing I'm grateful for. Like the fact that to some extent I've been able to ease my process. Oh Jesus. Imagine having to deal with it every other time.
Honestly, I think because of this Nigerian situation, right, I had to learn how to film in natural light. I'm one of those people that natural light any day, anytime. Because I'm just like, after I realized that most times I want to film, I'm ready, all fired up, ginger to create content. Never I'll take the light, I'll now be sad. I'm never kind of thing is I have to find an alternative, and then I'm like, okay. I went around my house looking for what part has the brightest source of light, what part, like what time of the day can I record here that this window will capture. When people say, I want to be a content creator, but I don't have all the gadgets, and I'm like, you're not even serious.
You have to start from somewhere.
Yeah, you
have to start from somewhere.
Okay, so one other challenge that I faced as a creator was, keeping up with the creativity. There are times when I'm like blank. And I say blank, like I literally don't know what I want to create. And then you're now seeing people online posting content. You're like, how are they thinking of these things? Like, I really don't have anything. It's more like creative block. So there are days when you don't feel like creating content at all. Not even like you don't feel like creating. You actually want to create. But there's no creativity in it. You create the content and you're looking at it and you're like, nope. I can't post this here. Like that's one major thing that you are going to encounter. It's normal. Like if you have that time, it's normal. I think for me, what helps me is to go back and watch people that inspire me, people that I really like their content, and with time, that ginger just pops up.
So another thing that I think is quite challenging is the process or what you have to go through before you can actually monetize your content. So take me a bit back to how you monetize your content. How are you like, oh my God, I need to get paid for this? Okay, how are you? How did you come up with your rates and all of that?
Oh, my rates. Okay, so for me, like I said, I started content creation as a hobby. So I wasn't even like, I didn't care if they were paying me or they were not paying me and all of that. And then when this brand reached out to me, I remember the first time I charged the brand. You know how much I charged? How much? That's 7,000 naira.
You try now. You try. I've had 5K, I had 3K. You tried.
And then when my brother, it was my brother that actually pushed me to do my rate. I was like, 7,000. You will sit down, record video all the way. You're disturbing us here and there, and then it's 7,000 you're charging for this. When my brother did my first rate card, do you know how much was charging in dollars? And guess what? I was so scared that nobody would pay me. But I was like, like one video, $200. And like me, small me like this. Who pay me $200? Who pay me $200 for this video? And then I remember that I actually went back and changed that rate card because I was like, I'm telling you, that's because I didn't know my self-worth at the time. But my brother was seeing. He was like, this girl, you're actually doing something. You need to be charging more than what you're actually collecting. You get. So it took me a while to now get comfortable with asking brands for
what you're worth.
Like, pay me my money. Yeah, that's it for me. I think after my brother now spoke sense into me, because I like to say spoke sense into me, because to me I didn't see like, I need to be charging all that and all of that. So I can't remember the second brand that paid me. I have no idea whatsoever. I don't know that it took time for me to now gradually get comfortable with actually asking for money. I know that at the beginning there were even times when I would collect just products because I really didn't care. I was just like, I love makeup, please give me makeup. That time, your parents will not like give you money to buy makeup. They sent you to makeup school, quite alright.
Your parents paid for your makeup school?
Yes, they did.
Wow, lovely. How does it feel to be God's special child? Yo, I think I remember the first time I told my dad that I wanted to go to makeup school. Funny enough, he was actually a bit interested. He was like, maybe go and look for makeup school. I grew up in Ota, right? I grew up in Atonta. Shout out to anybody who knows where that is.
I don't know where that is.
So it's literally a village, right? Okay. So I left Atonta and I came to Ikeja to look for makeup schools that I could go to, because of course I'm not trying to learn makeup in the village. Yeah. I went to Ikeja, found a makeup school, came back to my father. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. I said, Jesus.
Was it the price?
I don't even know what it was. It was most likely the price because, I'm sure they are trying to pay school fees, trying to do all these things, and now can say makeup school. Makeup school, yeah. Ended up learning how to do makeup from YouTube and constant practice, yeah. So that's how I learned makeup. Then after school, I took like upgrade classes and all of that. Well, makeup school for we.
So another thing for me, let's say in terms of monetization, was when I had my online class. At first, okay, I think I like teaching, right? That's something that I realized while I was doing my class, because there was just this fulfillment that came from it. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, who's going to join my class? Like, who's going to join my class? I don't have up to 10,000 followers. How am I going to market this and all of that? And lo and behold, when I put up the class, I think my first class, I had like 30 something students.
Ooh, like, nice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, this is something. Okay, so I can make money like this, because I was thinking it's only through my content and all. But then people actually signed up from the class. I remember that I had like 2 international students I paid in dollars. Pasheda, as like me, small me like this.
Small me like this.
Are paying me to teach you. Okay, there's something in this thing, and I have to keep doing it. So I think I also reached out to some brands. I told them, oh, I've been able to have classes where I had these students. I wanted to like give back to my community, so I wanted them to give me products to give them. My first ring light that I bought, I even gave it as giveaway in my class. I was like,
look at you.
This thing, there's money in it. Oh, like, I just really enjoyed it. And I'm like, okay, so you can't only make money through your content. There are other ways to make money through classes and all of that. That's when I'm like, there's the whole business around this thing. Yes. And you have to pay attention and figure out how to do it.
I think for me, monetization came in 2020. So a brand reached out to me. They wanted me to do one thing for them. And yeah, so they offered me money themselves and they paid. And it wasn't so bad. Like, the money wasn't so bad. And I took that money. And after that brand, there came the problem.
What?
Trying to get other brands to pay me back to start. And for me, I think I wasn't really focused on content creation. Like, I had a day job. So I was just doing it in and out. And as at 2021, when I started paying attention to my rates and all these kind of conversations, I'm like, I can't charge less than this. And I've had people tell me, oh, like brands or brand representatives tell me, oh, you don't have XYZ followers, why are you charging XYZ? And I'm just like, my worth is not my numbers.
Based on the numbers, yes.
I know that, see, for me, I know that I offer value. I offer quality content. Like I put my heart and soul into that. As Sarah said, monetization as a creator goes far beyond just brand placements and brand sponsorships. You can, for me currently as a creator, I earn through affiliate links, I earn through selling ebooks, I earn through classes. I have a class that by the time this video is off, the classes that we over, okay? Yeah. But yeah, the classes are the way I'm structuring myself this year is that classes are going to go every quarter. So every quarter there's a new batch of students. So these are the ways that you can make money as a creator. You can sell, make plenty things. But it's just the process of getting started is usually the harder part. But once you get started,
and once you build a community of people that like you.
Yes, bringing me to my next question. How difficult was it for you to build a community? And I want to explain something. There is having a lot of followers and there is having a community of people that support you genuinely. So, what was your journey there?
Okay, so I would say when I first started Instagram, right, I wasn't a creator, right? So I already had people that followed me just because they liked my picture and all. I would call those people followers because I realized that when I started posting my makeup content, it started falling off.
Your engagement will drop.
Guy, it dropped. What's going on here? I mean, I was like, my pictures go far. You know, my video contents are supposed to like go far. But those ones were my followers. So now I realized that okay, I'm starting afresh. I have to be like a community of beauty lovers, people that just like my makeup content, people that like my personality. Because now I'm putting myself out there. It goes beyond the pictures. I would want to show some personality, you know, share my knowledge and all. And it took a while. I think till now, I would say I'm still building that community because it takes a lot. It takes like a level of trust for people to actually follow you and say, okay, Sarah, I like what you're doing, regardless of whatever it is you post, rather, because it is from you, I know you are credible and I would purchase it. It takes a lot and it takes time. It's not...
before I talk about my journey there, I first want to give a shout out to all of you guys. I keep saying this thing. See, I don't have thousands and thousands. I have thousands because 9,000 is 1,000. Okay, I don't have like 50K and all of that, but I know that I have people at my back. Guy, the reviews from brands used to bust my head, and every day on my platform, I know that I stay answering questions. Like it's so sweet to me when somebody sends me a message saying, "Oh, Pasheda, I have a date this night. What do you think I should wear? What perfume do you think I should use?" And I was like, So first off, shout out to you guys. And for me, I don't know when it happened, but I know that I've always been that person that wasn't focused on the numbers. And slowly I began to realize that, okay, I have more than a following here. I have people that engage with me. There was a time when I took a break off Instagram for 3 months, and I had people calling me to check up on me. Like, someone sent me an email. Now, towards the end of last year, so when I lost my parents, I shared my journey on my page, right? And from there, I think I gained, like, I built a smaller community of people that were processing grief. And I appreciate it so much, because they come to me, we talk, we have these conversations. And someone sent me a message last year, and she was like, watching you grow and watching you go through what you've gone through has given me the strength that I need to keep going. So apparently she had lost her sister, who was the breadwinner of her family, last year, and she was in school. Like, very similar story. I lost my parents a month to my master's exam, right? And I had to write that exam, and I shared that to you guys. And she sent me this very long epistle, and I'm just like, you're just sharing things, but you don't know it's helping, you don't know whose life you're touching, you don't know the difference you're making. So me, I know for a fact that I have people.
Yes,
and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. I don't take it for granted. Now that we're finished ranting about our struggles, let's talk about the opportunities that being a creator brings your way. What's the biggest wow moment for you? Like, oh my god, wow, because of what I'm doing, wow.
Okay, so for me, like I said before, when I had my international student, I was like, so somebody can pay me for this, like, and you're not just in Nigeria. Like, find me. I don't even know how you saw my content, from where, and then you trusted me enough with your money to teach you stuff about content creation. That for me was like, okay, you're really going places with this thing. And then I reached out to makeup brands that sent me makeup products. Like, I worked with Beauty by Jones. I even had a brand that sent me a tripod stand. I had like different makeup. I think I will send you a video so you can show them the items. It was a lot that I gave out to my students, and I'm like, oh, wow. People really trust me enough. These brands trust me enough, and this student trust me enough. It was just like, okay, I'm really doing something here, and it made me like want to like do more. People would reach out to me. Oh, I started my content creation journey. I want you to help me with my lighting setup. I know, and it was just nice knowing that I could add value to someone's life. That was it for me. Like, that
for me was last year, so towards June. I was like, okay, so Pasheda, I'm giving you XYZ a month to turn this thing around and to do, like, to actually make something out of like a career, like, and I set a target, right? I set my salary
as a target,
and then I started in July of last year. I reached out to over 70 brands. Yes. So I used to wake up every day and I would send an email to at least 15 brands. Like, I have an Excel sheet of brands and their email addresses. For the first 1 week, I didn't get one response. Oh God, you guys, my head wanted to blow. I was crying to my friend, and I was like, God, am I doing the right thing? Like, what's going on here? If I get a response, it will just be one shady, jabby response. And one day, it was a night, and someone called me, and she was like, oh, hi, I found out about you XYZ way. I want to do it. It wasn't even content for me to post on my page. It was content for a brand to use, a big brand, like a standard brand.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, oh, I think I'd like you to handle this for me, yada yada yada. I didn't even know. I was just like, okay, so what's your budget? And she told me her budget was more than my rates. I said,
Ma, you said?
I was like, And from there, I did that for her, and I came back, I think, after the shoot, and I started seeing UGC content. I'm like, oh, this is what I just did today. So I started to rebrand towards that. I started pitching that to brands as well. And even for content that I share on my page, for some, I don't know from where, how it happened, I started getting responses to my emails. Most of the brands that I have worked with, I pitched to. And that's why I tell people I'm a big believer of, you have to reach out to brands. There are 1,000 creators out there. Brands come to me, don't get it wrong. But like, where I actually started making bag from, the brands that I pitched to. Yeah. Oh, wow. And I tell people, like, there are 1,000 creators out there. Like, people are doing this thing that you're doing. You have to make yourself known. You have to shift out of your comfort zone. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one of the creators that just it happened for. Right? It did happen for me, but it wasn't to the level that I wanted. Like, people were paying me before this now, but I'm like, I don't want to take that kind of money anymore. Like, I want to make bag from this thing, and I had to put in the work. So when I come out and say, oh, I want to teach, I want to share exercise, because there was a mentality shift. Like, there was something that happened for me, and I'm just like, No. Like, I need to make back from this thing.
Yes, sir.
And it was like, and in December is a period where creators really, really make money.
Yeah.
It's a very high time. But when I moved apartments in December, and I'm like, I'm taking a studio space, so I pay for like a studio space. I'm like, see, content to pay for this studio space.
Yes, so it will pay.
I'm not going to enter my account. Content will pay for this way. And I told God, I'm like, this December I want to make the rent for my studio back. It sounded like a crazy thing. It happened. Let me tell you, yes, it happened. Maybe not the decor and everything, but my basic rent I made back in December.
Just in December.
Just in December.
Wow.
There's not my friend that makes a funny joke. She was like, you guys make my salary. And I know, I'm not using December benchmark to judge all the months, because December is the month where campaigns are high and rolling. But
so now your master's degree is...
No, I'm still using it. And I'm not going to lie, going for my master's is one of the reasons why I can do content the way that I do it. Because I try to put structure into what I do. I like planning. I'm sure from today.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I like planning. I like structure. So that is it was when I was in my master's that my mind put what they were teaching me into practice. And I don't know, it just opened my mind beyond certain things. So like the experience is there, the technical know-how, which like reading the book stuff, is also there. So like those are the things that help me operate the way I operate right now. So creator. Yes, and moving forward, that's it. There's a lot of that. That was my
wow moment.
Wow, like,
okay,
you did this. In December, I carried myself to a sense. I had to buy myself a very nice gift because I did this. You guys, so another thing for me being a creator, and I don't know if you experience this as well, is imposter syndrome.
Oh
my God. Sometimes it just feels like, am I enough? Like, what I'm doing, is it good enough? Like, is it quality enough? And because I have an idea of where I want to be and what I want to achieve, what I want my content to look like, I'm also always like,
nah, you're far fetched. Like, is this
okay? Is that? So that's home. That's a place I struggle with creative wise, because sometimes, and I think this is where planning helps me. I sit down and I put out ideas in my head. So even on days where I'm not feeling very creative or I don't really know what I'm doing, I can go back and I try. Another thing I do is I try to script out my videos before time, like what you saw today.
That's one thing that I've learned today. Like, I've learned.
So because there's some days, there's some days where your head doesn't feel like it, like the ginger, the fire you're feeling in that point where you feel motivated, you don't have it on some days. So I just go back there and I see it. So for me, I've done all of these things, but to share it now is like, is it good enough? Is it quality enough? Like, so, but this imposter syndrome. So guys, from everything we've said today, I know that I would not change my career path for anything. I say this a lot, that I really see myself doing this for years and years to come. I want to be in my 30s. I'm just saying, you guys, I've been 10 years in the industry.
Yes, so.
Yes, I absolutely love what I do for a living. I love content creation. I love the challenges that it brings, as hard as that may sound, because it allows you room to grow. And I also love the opportunities that it brings. That it brings my way. Let's come back to this video in 5 years and say, we said we're going to do this and we're doing it. And I pray that God grants us, long life. And that being said, every job is challenging. Every job is rewarding. You just have to come to it, or come at it with the right strategy, with the right plan, and you'll be able to get the results that you want. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this one. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. You can find Sarah
Haruna on YouTube, Miss Shazzy on Instagram and TikTok.
So please subscribe to our channels. I'm going to put the thingy down below, and please follow me